Disneyland or Disney World? Which is better? Well, if you're asking me as a real estate investor, the answer matters. People always ask me, Kris, why are you buying real estate next to Disney World in Florida, but you never seem to touch California, even though Disneyland is there? Listen, if you're serious about becoming wealthy through the game of real estate, this is one of the most important questions that you could ever ask, because it goes back to that adage that you've heard over and over again: location, location, location. Because the difference between Florida and California is like the difference between creating financial freedom or digging yourself into a crazy money pit. Welcome back, my friends. Kris Krohn here. I've been buying real estate for over 20 years. I've done thousands of deals, and I've helped countless people replace their income with real estate properties. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain, and I want to show you exactly why Florida is one of my favorite playgrounds for investing, and why California is for sure a place that I don't like to put a dime of money. So let's talk about the big picture. Why Florida, and why not California? Well, there are 7 major reasons why. Number 1, affordability and entry price. First of all, Florida real estate is accessible. You can buy beautiful homes near booming job markets, near one of the biggest vacation destinations in the world, Disney World, and you can buy it for a fraction of what you'd be paying in California. Let's take Orlando versus Anaheim. You see, in Florida, you can buy solid single-family homes for around $250,000. That's my going price. But in California, $700,000 to $1 million just to get into the game. By the way, which one do you think is actually going to give you a better return on your dollar? Which one is actually going to scale faster? Florida is where wealth building becomes possible for everyday investors. Reason number 2, landlord-friendly versus tenant-friendly states. You see, Florida is landlord-friendly, and that means that if you have a tenant who doesn't pay you, the law supports you. You can get your property back quickly, you can protect your investment, and you can keep your business moving forward. California, it is the opposite. As a blue state, it is a tenant-friendly state. Listen, you could be stuck with a non-paying tenant for months or even years before the law prioritizes them over you. That is a nightmare for investors, and I'm not putting my money in a place where the rules are stacked against me. Reason number 3, taxes. And we're talking about income and property taxes. Florida has no state income tax. That means more of your money stays in your pocket. California, on the other hand, it is the highest state income tax in the country. So if you're building wealth, if you want to give away up to 13% just because of where you live, that's a problem. And then we got property taxes. Florida, their property managers are still very, very manageable. In comparison, California's taxes on paper might look lower, but with higher prices, higher insurance costs, and that income tax we just talked about, these numbers just don't work. Hey, I wouldn't pause this video if it wasn't important, but this could literally make one of the most real differences for you or someone that you care about. Most investors work way too hard and for way too little. And if you're earning 8% on your money in the market, like 401ks and IRAs, or you're losing money to inflation, you're playing the wrong game. It'll never get you where you want to go. For the last decade, on my last 2,000 plus deals, my team and I are averaging 60% annual ROI on our real estate. And here's the best part. We do 100% of the work. You bring the capital. It's usually from like a 401k, an IRA, or equity in a home. And then we do everything else, and then we split the profits equally. This isn't a seminar. It's not a course. These are real deals, real returns. And if you want in to learn about what partnering with me could look like, click the link below and find out. The 4th reason why I buy near Disney World instead of Disneyland is the business climate and regulation. You see, Florida, it is pro-business, it is pro-growth, it is pro-investor. It's easy to set up LLCs, do transactions, and basically keep bureaucracy to a minimum. California, on the other hand, regulation after regulation. It's got rent control laws, restrictions on short-term rentals. It's got constant policy shifts. It's unpredictable, and it's definitely investor hostile. I want to invest where the rules are clear, stable, and favorable, and that's Florida. Reason number 5, appreciation and population growth. One of the biggest reasons why I love investing in Florida is very simple. People are moving there in droves. Florida is one of the fastest growing states in America. Literally last year, we had 1 million people between New York and California leave. And where did they go? Florida and Texas. Florida is literally one of the biggest population booms in our country because people, they're coming for jobs, weather, lifestyle, and yes, Disney World and the tourism economy. California, I got a buddy that literally just got hit up after he left with a mansion tax. He sold a $20 million property, and California's coming after him, basically saying, oh, if you're leaving us, we're going to charge you for that as well. They're escaping People are leaving California because they want to escape high taxes, insane housing costs, and bad policy. And then population decline is definitely a red flag for real estate investors because you want to invest where demand is growing, not shrinking. Shrinkage? No good. Number 6, cash flow versus negative cash flow. Now, this should be kind of obvious, but it's amazing how many people don't understand this very basic principle. You understand what cash flow is, right? If I buy a property, and after I collect my rent and I pay all of my expenses, the mortgage, etc., leftover money is called positive cash flow. But if I collect my rent and then I pay all of my expenses and I am missing money and I need to add money, that is called a negative cash flow. So this one is going to be really huge. Florida real estate, I'm not buying property just to sit there and cost me money every month. I'm buying real estate because I expect it to create income for me, not just appreciation, growth, and tax benefits. In California, out the gate, most properties are going to be negative cash flow. So you're basically banking entirely on appreciation, like, wow, that home in 1980 was $100,000, today it's $1 million. Maybe in 5 years, it'll be $2 million. And listen, appreciation is a part of how you account for everything in the game of real estate for the game of winning, but it is speculative and you can't eat appreciation. You can't pay your bills with appreciation. You can with cash flow. And from that point of view, again, that's another reason why Florida wins. The 7th and final reason why I'm going to buy next to Disney World instead of Disneyland is risk mitigation and scalability. Listen, I want to protect my downside. Florida properties, they are more affordable, which means that I can buy multiple homes instead of putting all my eggs in one expensive California basket. More doors, more diversification, less risk. Super simple, right? In California, if one property goes sideways, you literally could lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. Whereas in Florida, you got the cushion and you got the flexibility. Listen, when I got started investing and I went out of state for the first time, I wanted to invest everywhere because I was wondering what markets will be better. But after 2 decades of experience, I've learned that some markets make you rich and others make you blind. Florida, that's made me and my partners millions of dollars. California, the last time I bought a property there, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is a hard no for me. So here's the bottom line. I buy next to Disney World because Florida is affordable, landlord-friendly, tax-friendly, pro-business, growing, cash flowing, and it has the world's biggest vacation economy. I do not buy next to Disneyland because California is expensive, anti-landlord, overtaxed, overregulated, shrinking, negative cash flow, and just plain hostile to investors. Listen, if you want to become wealthy in real estate, don't just buy anywhere. Buy where the numbers work, where the laws support you, and where your money multiplies. That's definitely Florida. And if you're watching this thinking, Kris, that's out of state for me, or even if it's not, I'm just kind of nervous to get into that world. If you look at the description below, I got tons of tools and resources to help you enter that game. In fact, there's a lot of people that literally just do it with me. Partner with me, click that link, and let me show you what it looks like if I can take you into those markets and show you where the real investor money is made.